Suddenly, oh my God, this hair is going up my nose. Author's note. Oh yeah, if you want to see the original content this chick had planned for this chapter, I accessed it through the document manager thingy, which I copied and pasted, so you can read it here. Author's note. STFU preps, get a lift. You suck. Oh, and form now. I'll be in vocation in England until August, so I won't be able to update for a while. LOLs. Thanks to everyone. HU revoid expect preps who flamed. FU MCR rule 666 exclamation point 1111. I woke up in the Norse's O'Face on a special Gothic coffin. Hergrid was into bed opposite me in a coma 'cause Vampire and Draco had bet him up. Mr. Norris was cleaning the room. "Oh, Miss Satan, what happened?" I screamed. Suddenly, Volksamort came. He looked less mean than usual. "Get the F out, you ducking bastard!" I yielded. "Thou hath not killed vampire yet," he said angrily. Suddenly, he started to cry tears of blood, all selective. "Volksamort? OMFG, what's wrong?" I asked. Suddenly. Oh my God, this hair is going up my nose. Don't edit that out. Suddenly, Lucian, Professor Sinister, and Sirius came. Bloody Mary and Vampire were with them. Everyone was holding black boxes. Volksamort disappeared. "OMFG, Ennaby, you're alive," screamed Vampire. I hugged him. And Bloody Mary. "What the duck happened?" I asked him. "Oh, my Satan, am I dead now?" I gasped. "Ennaby, you were almost shot," said Sirius. "But the ballet could not kill you since you were form another time." "But fangs anyway," said Lucian, holding Oot his arm. I gasped. He had 2 arms. "OMG, I can't believe Vampire's dad shot you," I gasped. "Well, to be honest, Snap was possessed by Snap back then," said James. "Yeah, he was a spy," Sirius said sadly. "He was really a death dealer. And he was such a ducking poser too," said Lucian. "He didn't really know who GC were until I told him. Well, everyone started to give me presents. I was opening a black box with red 666s. There was a DVD of Core's Bride in it. On it, when I gasped, Mr. Norris looked up angrily because he hated goths. "Hey, has anyone seen Draco?" I asked gothically. "No, Draco told me he would be watching Hose of Wax." "Don't Google that name," said Professor Trevolry. "He doesn't know that you're better. Anyway, Denor said you could get up. Come on." I got up seductively. Lucian, Sirius, and Professor Sinister left. I was wearing a black leather night gun. Under that, I had on a sexy black leather bra trimmed with black lace with a matching thong that said "Gothic Girl" on the butt and sexy fishnets that kind hooked onto my thong. If you don't get the idea, massage me and I'll tell you. I put on a black fishnet top under a black MCR t-shirt, a black leather mini with black lace, and Congress shoes. I left the hospital's wings with Bloody Mary, Willow, and Vampire. "OMFG, let's celebrate," gasped Willow. "We can go see Hose of Wax with Draco," giggled Vampire. "Let's go listen to GC," said Hermione. We opened the conmen room door sexily, and then, I gasped, Draco was there doing it with Snap. He was wearing a black t-shirt with 666 on the front and baggy jeans. You ducking prep, we all yielded angrily. Ja, you betrayed us, shooted Vampire angrily as he took out his black gun. No, you don't understand, screamed Draco sadly as he took his thingy out of snakes. No shit, you ducking suck, you preppy bastard, said Willow, trying to attack him. You rock girl. I ran angrily to my room, and I sexily took a stake out. Enemy, no, screamed Draco, and then everything went black again. Sincerely, an Anon author who will silently not reveal her identity because she's a coward, aka just a troll with rocks for brains. End of chapter 39. Chapter 40. LOL, someone has taken my account over. The Idiot's notes. Well, this was in the dock area. Might as well let the whole world see what the real Tara wanted to show us. Have a nice day. Author's note. STFU preps, get a lift. You suck. Oh, and form now on. I'll be in vocation in England until August, so I won't be able to update for a while. LOL's fangs to everyone who reviewed. Expect the preps who flamed FU MCR rules. Chapter 40. I woke up in Norse's office on a special... Wait, no, hang on. This is literally what we just read. Idiot's note. I know. Terrible. But then again, this wouldn't be called the worst fanfic ever if not for the fact the writing standards meets the level of a day-old fetus. Wow. Chapter 41. Author's note. To everyone who keeps flaming this, get is lith. I bet you probably odn't know who Jared Way is. You're probably all preps and posers. Anyway, someone hacked into my account in November and they put up my last chapter, but now there is a new one. I'm sorry for not updating G for a while, but I've been really busy. I'm trying to finish the story before the new movie comes out. I'm going on vacation for a month. I won't be back until Abbott 2 weeks. OMFG Draco is so hot in all the pics for the new movie. I wanted them to put a cameo by Jord Way. LOL, he should play Draco. If you flame, I'll attack you. Raven, you rock girl, have fun in England. Chapter 41. When I woke up, I was in a strange room. I loked around. I was wearing the same outfit I had when is performed with X black X tier X exclamation point 11. I looked around and confusedly. It was Norse's office, but it looked different. On the wall was a pic of Marlion Munson. Just imagine that he is an 80s gothic band too, okay? Because he is more old than Panic at the disco or MCR. There was also a gothic black Beatles calendar with a picture of the Beatles wearing eyeliner and black clothes. On it said 1980. OMFG, I'm back in Tim again, I screamed loudly. Suddenly, Satan, this is actually Voldemort for photo references. Voldemort was wearing a black leather jackson, black tight jeans, and fishnet pants. He looked so sexy. I almost had an orgy. OMFG, Ennaby, are you okay? He asked, gothically. Yeah, I'm okay, for your information, I snapped, sexily. OMG, am I dead? Because I remembered I had jumped in front of da bullet from James' gun. I also remembered Sing Draco doing it with Snap. I guess that I had went back in time. I know I could go forward in time if I found a time toner or the Tim machine. No, you're not dead, Satan reassured as he smoked a cigarette sexily and smoke came all over his face. Smoke, bro. You're a vampire, so you can't die from a bullet. Come on now, let's go see how Harry's dad is doing. I know that the real reason I didn't die from the ballet was 'cause I was from the future. WTF. James almost shot Lucius, I said indigoily. I knew that James had been really possessed, but I didn't want him to know. I knew. Yeah, I know, but he had a headache because he was Under a lot of stress, Satan reasoned evilly. I guess that's okay, I said, because James hadn't really shot Lucien. Also, I know that Lucien would now have 2 arms instead of 1. I walked seductively outside with Satan. Suddenly, I saw a totally sexy gothic bi guy. He had blecht blonde hair with black streaks up to his ears, and he was wearing gothic black Illiner, a black Green Day shirt. It showed Billy Joel with blonde hair since it was the 80s, black Congress shoes, and black baggy pants. He walked in all sexily, like Jerdway in the video for I Don't 3 You Like I Did yesterday, and you could see a black tear on his face, like in the women in that video. Hey, he said all quietly and gothically. Who the F is that? I asked angrily, 'cause I did not know him. This is Hedwig, said Volksamort. He used to be an X-Black X tier 2, but he had to drop out 'cause he broke his arm. Hey, Hedwig, I said seductively, even though I was not trying to be. LOL, hi, enemy, he answered, but then he ran away because he had hair of magical creature. He was humming Welcome to the Black Parade under his breath. I know that is not 80s, but pretend it is, okay? Bye, I said, all sexily. That was Hedwig. He used to be my boyfriend, but we broke up, Satan said sadly, looking at his black nails. OMFG, I can get you back together, I said, fingering I didn't know was in my pocket. A black cute is what we aim for CDO iPod that I could take videos with. Does anyone else know about them? They kick ass. Okay, you can forget about your class now, Hedwig. I'm going to show you something great. I led them to the Great Hall. Come on, you guys. Lucien, James, Sirius, and Snake were all in the Great Hall. Lucien wouldn't talk with James because he had tried to shoot him. Go F yourself, you effing douche, he shouted at him. Draco is never going to be friends with Vampire now. Yeah, go F yourself, Samaro. I'm sorry. Yeah, go F yourself, Samaro, Snape agreed. But I knew he was lying because it had been his fault. James had almost shot Lucien. Be quiet, you guys, I said sexily. My plan was working out great. Now I could make Voldemort good without doing it with him. Now, Vampire's dad would never die, and okay, Satan and Hedwig, you guys can start making out, I said, and then I started to film them with the iPod. Cool, said Sirius, as Voldemort and Hedwig started to make out sexily. We watched as today started to take off each other's clothes off sexily. Samaro, Sirius, Snake, and Lucien all watched because they were probably bi. I knew Snape was by. Oh, my effing God! Voldemort! Voldemort! Screamed Hedwig as his Glock touched Voldemort's. But suddenly everything stopped as the door opened and in came Dumbledore and Mr. Norris. End of chapter 41. 3 more.
Toss a coin to your whipper, or maybe a 20, or maybe a 20. Whoa.